Firefighting in Canada this week is brought to you by VFIS of Canada, a division of CVIS Incorporated, Canada's largest insurer of firefighters. This week, as wildland fire season begins to end across the country, we look at the impact it had on some provinces and Canada as a whole. Then, Quebec has announced the expansion of presumptive cancer coverage for firefighters. And a look at the Canadian Wildfire Conference and Career Expo West 2024, hosted in part by Firefighting in Canada. Ontario and Alberta announced the end of their wildland fire seasons 2 days apart, with a stark difference in experience being reported by each province. Ontario had a relatively tame fire season in 2024, with 475 fires burning nearly 90,000 hectares, well below the 10-year average of 694 fires burning 201,781 hectares. Alberta Wildfire, meanwhile, responded to more than 1,210 wildfires this year, burning more than 705,000 hectares of land. The Canadian Wildland Fire Information System reported that 2024 was the second worst wildfire season in terms of area burned since 1995, with 5.3 million hectares burned. 70% of that total occurred in British Columbia, Alberta, Northwest Territories, and Saskatchewan. Quebec has announced plans to add 6 more cancers to their list of presumptive cancers linked to firefighting. The proposed amendment would see leukemia, brain, testicular, esophageal, colorectal, and breast cancer added to the list. If passed, the province's list would now amount to 15 cancers, evaluating them from the lowest number in the country to above PEI, Northwest Territories, Nunavut, and New Brunswick. The Association de Pompiers de Montreal reported that in the last 15 years, 77 firefighters have died in Montreal from work-related cancer compared to 3 in action. October saw the return of the Canadian Wildfire Conference in Kelowna, BC, and Career Expo West held in Edmonton. The Kelowna Conference, held on October 17th, hosted about 400 people. The event brought together exhibitors and ground and air crew to provide critical information on the challenges facing wildfire suppression. The day featured presentations from members of the fire and aerial communities, coordinated in collaboration with Annex Business Media brands Firefighting in Canada, Canadian Firefighter, Helicopters, and Wings. October 29th marked the return of Career Expo West, organized in collaboration with Firefighting in Canada, Canadian Firefighter, Blue Line Magazine, Canadian Security Magazine, Helicopters, and Wings. The event saw almost 300 registrants gather at the Edmonton Expo Center to learn more about a career in the fire, police, aerial, or security industry. Members of the fire service in attendance included Fire Chief Randy Schroeder from Lac St. Anne County Fire Services, Assistant Deputy Chief Cole Starling of Red Deer Emergency Services, and Assistant Deputy Chief Tim Cassavant and Yassine Seaton from Edmonton Fire Rescue Service, who all served as mentors conducting mock interviews with aspiring members of the fire service. Thanks again to VFIS of Canada, a division of CVIS Incorporated, Canada's largest insurer of firefighters. Stay tuned for our next episode on Friday, November 22nd.